Good morning, students. Class 5 English. The topics we learn today in grammar are A. Articles, B. Adverbs, C.
Conventions of writing. And in conventions of writing, we will learn about the use of capital letters, full stops, comma, and question mark. Let's begin our class for today. Children, define alphabet or what is alphabet? Think. Alphabet is a group of letters that is the backbone of any language. Alphabet is needed to read and write any language. Either it may be Telugu, Hindi, or English. Children, if you want to mastery over any language, learn the alphabet of that language perfectly. In English, there are 26 letters from A to Z. All letters have their own names as well as sounds. All letters have an order in which they are placed in the alphabet. Now, listen to the names of each letter and repeat after me, children. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. This order from A to Z is called alphabetical order. Children, these letters are further separated into two groups of sounds called vowels and consonants. Now let's listen how a vowel sound is produced or made. A vowel is a sound that is made or produced by allowing breath to flow out of the mouth without closing any part of the mouth or throat. There are 5 letters in a vowel. They are A, E, I, O, U. Children, repeat after me. A, E, I, O, U. Did you close your mouth, children, while repeating these vowels? Vowel letters, yes or no? I know you did. Next is a consonant. A consonant is a sound that is made by blocking or stopping air from flowing out of the mouth with the teeth, tongue, lips, or palate. And there are 21 letters in a consonant. They are B, children repeat after me, B, C, D, F, G, H, J, K, L, M, N, P, Q, R, S, T, V, W, X, Y, Z. So children, when we make the sounds of consonant letters, we block air which is flowing out of the mouth with the teeth, tongue, lips or palate. Next. Look at the alphabet chart on the screen, children. The letters which are in red are vowels, and other letters which are in black are consonants. Next. Articles. Children, if I ask, what are articles in English grammar? What do you say? You say a and the are articles, right? Then tell me, what is an article? An article is a word that comes before a noun and describes it. These articles are further divided into two: indefinite articles and definite articles. Words a and an come under indefinite articles. A and an tell that the noun is not a specific or a certain person, place or thing. Definite article, the word the tells that the noun is a particular or a specific person, place or thing. The word the is one of the most common words in English. Now let's see where to use these articles. A, as it is known, it is an indefinite article. A is used when the next word begins with a consonant sound. It means we use a before a word that begins with a consonant sound. For example, a book, but not an book. A table, but not an table. A clock, but not an clock. Second one, an. It is an indefinite article. An is used when the next word begins with a vowel sound, which means we use an before a sound that begins with a vowel sound. Example, an apple, but not a apple. An elephant, but not a elephant. An umbrella, but not a umbrella. Next, the. The is the only definite article in English. Children, we use the with something that is unique or there is only one. We use the before the word which is unique or there is only one. Example, the sun, the moon, the internet. These are unique nouns, means one of its own kind. Second time, you talk about the same noun. The is used when people speak of a person, a place, or a thing already mentioned, or things or persons in a situation. Example, I bought a shirt. The shirt is red. Next, we use the before the names of directions or to mention cardinal points, means main or basic points. Example, the west, the east, the north, the south. Children, the is used before the names of famous buildings and structures. For example, the Taj Mahal, the Charminar, etc. The is also used before the names of holy books. For example, the Bible, the Quran, and the Gita, etc. Next, parts of speech. Parts of speech are the basic types of words that English has. Children, it is important to be able to recognize and identify the different types of words in English so that we can understand grammar explanation and use the right word form in the right place. In short, the parts of speech indicates how the word functions in meaning as well as grammatically within the sentence. Children, there are 8 parts of speech in English language. They are noun, pronoun, verb, adjective, adverb, preposition, conjunction, interjection. Children, here is a brief explanation. Listen attentively. Nouns. Nouns are naming words. Nouns name a person, an animal, a place, or a thing. In short, a noun is the name of anything. Take a glance at the examples, children. Person, people. Ima, teachers, pilot, New Yorker. Places, Mexico City, towns, school, Mars. Animals, lion, ostriches, sheep, dinosaur. Things, windows, Milky Way, snow, news. Nouns can be singular or plural. Sometimes nouns need a capital letter. Whenever you write the names of any particular person or place, children, the starting letter must be capital. Don't forget. Next, pronouns. I, you, he, she, it, we, and they are pronouns. Pronouns are used in place of nouns. Pronouns are used instead of nouns. We use pronouns to avoid repeating the same noun again and again. Example, Samjana is walking. She is walking. Ankit is asleep. He is asleep. Next, verbs. Verbs are words that describe actions. That is, they tell us what people or things do. In short, verbs are called as action words. Example, I feel happy. Sharina loves a pony, golden girl. Hit the ball, then run, shouted the coach. The words which are in word are action words. So they are called as verbs. Next, an adjective. An adjective describes a noun. An adjective describes anything. How does it taste? What is the color? How does it smell? How does it look? What is the size? How does it feel? How does it sound? How many are they? How is its behavior? Children, in simple words, an adjective is called as describing words. Children, look at the examples of adjectives. Shape, round, square, size, big, small, color, purple, green, number, 3, many, taste, spicy, sour, smell, stinky, sweet, sound, loud, quiet, texture, soft, rough, feelings, hungry, brave. Children, these are some of the words
that come under adjectives. Next, adverbs. An adverb describes a verb, an adjective, or another adverb. It tells us how, where, when, how much, and with what frequency the action has done. An adverb can tell how something is done, where it is done, when it is done, how much and how often the action is done. Examples: quietly, peacefully, above, abroad, now, yesterday, quite, fairly, always, sometimes are some of the adverbs. Children, an adverb is a word which is usually describes a verb. It tells us how something is done. It may also tell us when or where something happened. Children, give a glance at the examples. First one, the player politely asks the coach a question. Second one, when will you come here to meet us? Third one, I will visit my friend tomorrow. Fourth one, I like my mother a lot. Fifth one, I always go to my grandparents' house. Children, the words which are in red color are describing the words, are describing the verbs, and so they are adverbs. Children, among 8 parts of speech, we learned about 5 parts of speech today. What are they? They are nouns, naming words. Pronouns, the words which we use instead of nouns. Verbs, action words. Adjectives, describing nouns. And adverbs, describe verbs. Remaining children will be taught in coming up grammar classes. Next, conventions of writing. Children, what do you mean by this? This means a set of generally accepted standards, rules for written English or for writing English. We must follow these accepted rules for better written English. Children, we use conventions to make our writing more readable or easily understandable by the readers. When we write anything, our intention is to make others understand easily what we thought to write. Our overall goal in learning this topic is to help us to put our idea on a topic. Let's learn tips and tricks on the basics of conventions of writing. First, we start with capital letters. Capitalize the first word of every sentence. It means the first letter of the first word in a sentence should be in capital. To start a sentence, it is always necessary to use capital letters. This means after a full stop, you always use a capital letter. Children, if the previous sentence ends with a question mark or an exclamation mark, you should also use a capital letter to begin the next sentence, if any. Example, we are going for a picnic. Children, look at the example, first example. The first letter of the first word, W, is not capital. That is the reason the sentence is incorrect. In the second sentence, W is capital. So it is correct. Second one, capitalize a proper noun. Children, first tell me what is a proper noun? A proper noun is the name of a particular person, place, or thing. And you all know proper nouns always begin with a capital letter. Example, my friend's name is Rani. Here, Rani is the name of a particular person. It is a proper noun, right? So the first letter R must be capital. Next, a full stop. A full stop should always be used to end a sentence. Example, I'm going to Hyderabad. Full stop. The full stop indicates that a point has been made and that you are about to move on to further explanation or a related point. It tells a speaker or a reader that the sentence has come to an end. Next, comma. We use commas to separate words and word groups in a simple series of 3 or more items. Example, my father bought biscuits, chocolates, chips, and a cake for me. Children, a comma is used to separate words or a group of words in a sentence. Next, question mark. Children, a question mark is used to indicate the end of a sentence. For example, what is your name? How old are you? Where are you going? A question mark is used at the end of a question. Children, let's recap. Always use capital letter at the beginning of a sentence or a statement or a question. It means the first letter of the first word in a sentence or in a statement or in a question must be in capital. And second point, always put a full stop at the end of a sentence. Third point, put a comma to separate the words or group of words in a sentence. Children, don't forget to put a question mark at the end of a question. That's all for today, children. Thank you.